What? You're gonna answer that right now?
Yeah?
While you're driving?
Yeah, why not?
Have you ever lost a dear friend? If you have, you know the heartache that a loss can bring.
Whether you have or haven't, wouldn't you do anything to prevent a loss?
Well, we have felt that loss, and we are trying to do everything in our power to prevent someone else from going through it.
In the National Young Drivers Survey, 20% of 11th grade drivers reported at least one crash over the past year, and nearly 3% experienced two or more crashes.
Last year, on February 4th, I was sitting at home with a friend when a text came in that said Carlos had been in a terrible wreck and that we would no longer see his smiling face in the halls at school.
At the exact same time, I was receiving a call from a fellow classmate discovering this shocking news. Unfortunately, I was the one to break the news to Carlos's girlfriend about his passing.
Returning to school after this accident was very emotional for teachers and students. Carlos touched everybody's lives. He always had a smile on his face and made us all laugh. When we came back, the whole school had trouble functioning. Teachers became counselors, and students realized how much teachers really cared about their students. It amazed us how much impact losing just one person in our community can have. School is never going to be the same for those of us that saw Carlos every day.
After losing Carlos, we got to thinking about all the other car accidents that have happened to us and those around us in the last couple of years. We realized how thankful we were because this is the only loss we had to face from these accidents. We set our sights on creating awareness for our friends, family, and communities in hopes that no one else would have to go through these feelings.
Teen driver crashes are the leading cause of death for our nation's youth. The overwhelming majorities are caused by distractions, not thrill-seeking or deliberate risk-taking.
Many of our friends have been involved in these types of accidents.
My friend Ashley Ritter, 17 years old, swerved to miss a deer and hit a tree, causing her to wear a halo, missing a semester of school.
Our friend Shade White, 16 years old, was speeding because she was late for curfew and ran into a pole, causing her to spin out of control and flip her car.
I was in the car when my friend Bria, who was 16 at the time, went around a corner too fast, hit loose gravel, overcorrected, and flipped the car. We were 10 feet away from a train track while the train was coming.
These accidents were due to inexperienced driving. Imagine adding some type of distraction to that inexperience. My cousin Tiffany, 17 years old, decided to send that one text, K, to her boyfriend when she overcorrected, causing a car to flip multiple times, hitting a pole.
Texting takes the driver's eyes off the road every 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that is equivalent to driving blind across an entire football field. Texting while driving results in an average of 11 deaths per day. 40% of all American teens say they have been in a car when the driver used a cell phone, putting them in danger's way. My mom and I were on the way to school on an icy morning when a distracted teen driver T-boned my side of the car. As a chain reaction, upon hearing about our wreck, my dad headed out to check on us. He was obviously distracted with thoughts about us when he began speeding, causing him to slide on the ice, rolling his vehicle.
Thankfully, no one was majorly hurt in these accidents. However, they wouldn't have happened if the drivers weren't distracted in some way. Allstate describes there being three types of distracted driving: visual, taking your eyes off the road; manual, taking your hands off the wheel; and cognitive, taking your focus off the road.
Allstate also describes ways to avoid distracted driving, such as keep your cell phone on silent and out of reach, park to eat, get directions before you leave, and ask your passenger to change the station.
We may not know exactly what caused Carlos's accident, but we do know that he crossed the center line, which we don't believe he would have done if he didn't have some type of distraction.
Pictures and memories are all we have left to remember Carlos. Carlos changed my view on life, teaching me to value my time I have with my family and friends. This impact has changed the way I look at driving, and I hope it has changed yours.